Hey, it's Jeff at 650 Cycle. I picked up a couple bikes in the last couple days, and one of my favorite things to do is go through the spare parts that you get with them. Usually, you get a bin with all the parts that the owner had for that bike and various other bikes and miscellaneous garbage that gets put in there. So it's always fun to go through this stuff. So I'm going to go through it today. This is kind of an unboxing video, if you will. This is a pretty good deal. It's a climber's manual for 75 to 83 GL 1000, GL 1100s. I'll probably make a little bit of money on that. Timing belts for a GL 1000. Garbage. Buy new. Don't put used parts. Use belts on parts. I'm hoping this is just a shop rag, but again, garbage. This is interesting. Oh, this is some kind of like a belt. It's a belt with hooks on it for like climbing trees, like tree service type stuff. Or you could make it into a fashionable accessory. More gaskets for timing covers. Again, garbage. Buy new, they're cheap enough. A side cover, painted flat black. How original. It's in good shape. Everything's there, so that's good. Got a couple valve covers for that bike. Pretty good shape overall. Should clean up. Oil filter, I'm going to assume for that bike. This is a plate for the radiator mount. Garbage. A brand new in the box from Lowe's because it's cobalt. Wire wheel. That's handy stuff. The timing covers. These are in good shape. They'll clean up nice. Never had much luck getting rid of them, even shined up. But we'll try. Oh, check this out. A jigsaw. I already have a jigsaw, but now I have two jigsaws. Let's see if it works. Check it out. Freebie. Oh, check this one out. Check this out. That's worth the price of the bike right there. That bad boy. Cut my finger off. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Dynatech, Dyna S, high performance electronic ignition. I think it's empty. It is empty, so garbage. More hopefully shop rags. Oh, a hanger. I can hang my coat up now. Oh, I think we've hit the jackpot. Oh wow, this is a snap-on air tool, impact driver, snap-on. That's worth something. I'm hoping. Bonus. Look at this thing. A little air driver, air gun. I don't know what they're used for. I don't use air tools. Bonus. Oh, you gotta have one of these if you got a shop, right? Get it out of here. Any of you young guys know what this is? What this is used for? This is a timing light. I'm sure it's really valuable. Goes in the bonus pile. Scrap paper type stuff. Some kind of inner tube. Oh, this is what goes on a spoked wheel. Looks like garbage to me though. Some wiring, not worth anything. Holy jumping Jehoshaphat, what is that? An O-ring to connect something. Oh, here's the air gun. When I get it ready, I can paint this thing now. How cool is that? Another air tool. This looks like some kind of driver. I bet that guy that gave me this box didn't know that any of this stuff was in here. This is a pneumatic drill. I could take the door handles off of my manual doors. Bet you young guys didn't know what that was for either. Oh, we got a checkbook. Oh. Oh boy, got some checks in here. Can write some hot checks. Yeah, they said this came from Pennsylvania. Oh, we can look at his register and see how much money he had. This will be fun to go through. I've got a... Let me take a disc. Some more sanding discs. Oh, a manual for a Cobra 29 LTD CB. That is worth it. An extension cord from 1968. Oh, check this out. Oh, what is that? Oh, I know what that is. Interesting. Oh, I got the mic support for your CB. I'll be able to make some money on that. Honestly, the rest of what's in there is garbage, but I have, this looks to be some type of brass hammer, metalworking. I'm not much of a metal worker, so I'm assuming that's what it's for. Oh. This, though, this is the holy grail. This and this knife go hand in hand. I could make that climbing belt into a fashion statement with the Budweiser belt buckle and the knife. All right. Yeah, like I said, everything else that's in here is garbage, going to go in the trash, along with most of the stuff that was in here was going to go to trash. It was a good bin of parts. The guy handed it to me because the motorcycle parts that were off the bike were on the top of it, and they were hiding. They were over top of all those air tools, and he didn't bother to go through it. He got the motorcycle from his father-in-law when his father-in-law passed. They got it. Their family picked it up. So he had no idea what was in there, and he had no idea those air tools were in there. So those are a bonus for me, along with that knife and that belt buckle. Those will become my personal items. All the rest of it's up for sale. So I'm gonna go through that checkbook and see how much money the old man had, and that ought to be fun. But like I said, it's always fun going through this stuff. Sometimes you find valuable old motorcycle parts. I bought a bike last fall, and it had parts for a Moto Guzzi, side panels, and a rear grab rail, and a tack. And once I sold those, it pretty much paid for the bike. And they sold within 3 days of being listed, all 3 items. So sometimes you'll find those rare things that are really cool like that. Sometimes you just find cool stuff for whatever bike you've got. A lot of times on these Gold Wings, there's a lot of aftermarket parts that were put on them over the years, and they're fun to find that type of stuff that I don't have in inventory, so that I can put it in inventory and I've got it, and I've got something that somebody else doesn't have. All right, well, I'm gonna go through this checkbook register. I'll catch y'all later.